What is going on YouTube? It's FlopFish here, and welcome to the first episode of NHL 16 Tips and Tricks. Today we are focusing on the EASHL game, and more specifically the EASHL beta, and it's probably one of the keyest things to me when playing club in 16 is choosing your player class, and that's what this one's going to be on. We're going to dive into how to choose your player class and just kind of getting to know how you play. And getting to know how you play is the biggest part in finding how to pick your player class, because a lot of people that I saw were just like, oh, I want sniper, or I want this class because it's going to get me the best shot or the best pass. But when they use that class, they actually played completely different style. Like, I was reading through that some people were taking snipers that they like to hit and get pucks in the corners, and they like to have that accurate shot, but they really only take a shot every 5 shots on their team. So a sniper build isn't actually the best build for you, and it's a little bit hard to kind of wrap your head around that. You've kind of got to test all the builds and see what works for you. If you're someone that likes to dig the pucks out of the corners and kind of pass it to your teammates and stuff and just win a lot of puck battles, the grinder is going to be the build for you. It's really good at puck retrieval and kind of getting it to your teammates. It's actually really effective if you kind of have them always in on the forecheck or on the back check getting the puck. I think a grinder is a viable center option in this game, because as a center you kind of want to have that person who's good at puck retrieval, interceptions, and also the grinder is really good at deflection. So if you kind of like to stand in front of the net and screen, well, the grinder is going to have it has the best deflections out of any player build in the game. So that'd be the one that you want to go to if you're good at that type of stuff. Now, if you like to shoot the puck a lot, if you find yourself always finding yourself in lots of open space, then you're going to want to take the sniper build, because if you're able to kind of create that open space for the shot, create that lane, you're going to want to be able to get that good shot off, and that's what the sniper is going to be able to do. As the sniper build in 16, it doesn't have strong deking. A lot of people with snipers started trying to deke with it, but it doesn't have strong deking. And again, it's more modeled after your typical like second line centers, kind of like Verbata, Camilleri, stuff like that. Rather than a superstar like Ovechkin. You're not going to be able to hit with the sniper. Your passing's definitely going to be weaker. So it's just not overall a good build if you like to kind of pass the puck around or hit. If you like to hit and have a good shot, you want to go to the power forward. The power forward's a pretty strong build in this game. Is kind of just a good player to kind of first try out to see how you like to play with, because you can hit, you have decent defensive skills, you have a good shot, and you have decent puck interception skills. It's just an overall solid build. It's definitely lacking a little bit of the defensive work compared to two-way forward, but overall it is a very solid build. It's one that I'd recommend you start off trying if you're playing on the wings or even as center as a forward. Now, the next one is two-way forward. Two-way forward, if you like to kind of play at both ends of the rink, you kind of just want to have an average everything, just so you can pass the puck averagely, shoot the puck averagely, have good defensive skills, because two-way forward does have good defensive skills. It's a little bit more like a defensive forward, then the two-way forward is going to be for you. So take that in mind when you're picking your class there, and if you really like two-way forward, then that's going to be a good pick for you. The Playmaker is a really strong offensive class. It has really strong deking and really strong passing. What this does for you is it allows you to create the space for your teammates in order to get an open shot on the net in a good high quality scoring chance. And it's kind of how you want to play your Playmaker. In this game that I'm showing in the background, I'm playing as a Playmaker, and the strengths of the Playmaker is definitely that sauce pass and the regular pass along with the deking. And I'm using that in combination to kind of not only create some space for my teammates, but create some space for myself. And creating that space for yourself is very key, because once you get someone chasing you, you can find the person to distribute the puck to and pass it to them, and then they're going to have a good high quality chance because you've drawn someone to you, or they're not going to cover you, and you're going to be able to get the scoring chance off yourself. So I think the Playmaker is really good offensively. Defensively, it lacks a lot, and it can't hit very well. But overall, I think it's a very solid offensive class. It's one I like to use offensively definitely the most. Finally, the last one is the Enforcer build. Now, the Enforcer build is really dang strong at puck control. It loses its endurance quickly, so if you hustle a lot, you're going to actually slow down a little bit. But it's good at puck control, and it's good at generating energy for your teammates because, again, endurance is actually a thing in NHL 16. So fighting and winning your fights is somewhat key. So Enforcer might have a viable role in this game. Passing is weaker. You can still make some good passes. Deking's weak with it. Shooting's just awful with it. Shooting's just horrible. But yeah, really, aside from that, that's the forward classes. Defensively, it's a little bit tougher. My personal favorite is Defensive Defenseman. I feel like it just does everything really well. It's got good hitting and good passing and a hard shot, which I want out of my defenseman. The Offensive Defenseman plays, again, like an offensive defenseman you kind of expect. It's got a good wrist shot. It's got good passing. It's got good puck skills. So defensively, its poke check and stick lift are very good, but its hitting's pretty rough. Two-way defenseman, again, is just kind of the average in between both of those. It doesn't really have many strengths or weaknesses. It hits better than the offensive defenseman, shoots a little bit harder, but the wrist shot and stuff's a little bit less accurate than the offensive defenseman. And again, it's definitely got good defensive skills. So, goaltender-wise, goalies, you're going to have to find out how you like to play. I think Butterfly's got the best rebound control. Hybrid's got a little bit better movement, I find. And Stand-Up's just good at covering the high areas. So, if you tend to see a lot of high shots, you might want to pick the Stand-Up goalie. But yeah, so anyways, that's kind of how you want to pick your player classes in NHL 15. You want to pick them based on how you kind of play it first. And then get used to the game, because getting used to the game is going to be the biggest part, because it is a lot different than NHL 15, and I'll have more videos on that later on. But yeah, so that's pretty much about it for the video. Again, like I said, I really suggest you guys kind of pick a player, like try them all out, see what one plays best for you, and go with that one for a few games. Get used to the game. And then you can kind of start working in the other areas and using the strengths of the player classes and kind of just experimenting to see what works best for you. Anyways, hope this helps you guys. As always, if you enjoyed the video, a like is very much appreciated. Check out my channel for more NHL 16 content coming up soon. And as always, take it easy, and I'll catch you guys on the flop side.